Hi, my name is Mike Carr, and this is the Toastmasters Promise. What is the Toastmasters Promise? Well, Toastmasters Promise is one of the things that you agree to when you join Toastmasters. This is the membership application as it exists today and how it's existed since at least 2006 when I joined as a member. In particular, on the second page, you can see this kind of gray block right here, which says a Toastmasters Promise. It's also in the front of many of the manuals. You can find it within Pathways, lots of other places. But fundamentally, it is the commitment that we make when joining Toastmasters. And in particular, in my home club, Prince George Toastmasters, one of the things that we do to keep ourselves grounded in this is that whenever we have a member join the club, we go through and reiterate the Toastmasters Promise for all of us to hear, because it is good to reflect on. It helps to inform what we do within the club. I'm going to take you through it. It seems like there's a lot of clauses, but it breaks down relatively quickly here. But I'll take you through it just for your reference. So let's start at the start. Fundamentally, the key bits in the first 3 points, I agree to attend, I agree to prepare, I agree to base my material on Toastmasters education program, and I prepare for meeting assignments. So the key bits here is that if you're a member of Toastmasters, come out to your meetings when you can. Obviously, we're all adults living lives, and none of us are doing this as our full-time gig or anything. But when you can, reasonably come. When you do assignments, whether those are speeches or whether those are meeting roles to help the club out, prepare as best you can. Try to incorporate feedback, try to grow, try to learn, because the better you are, the better everybody else is around you. And the key bit here about the basing them on is a reoccurring issue that happens in some clubs where people believe that it's okay to do speeches that are outside speeches, not part of the program, not being evaluated for credit. Whichever way you want to spin it, that is absolutely not what you commit to in terms of joining Toastmasters, and it's counterproductive to your club on a number of levels, which is a whole other video. But the short version is, all of us in joining Toastmasters make this commitment to base our speeches on the Toastmasters program. Continuing onwards, we have some fluffy points here. We help people with helpful, constructive evaluations, positive, friendly environment. If all you looked at in those were those words, helpful, constructive, positive, friendly, reflect on that in the context of your club. Are you acting that way? Would other people say that you're acting that way? And indeed, maybe give some consideration to, if your club is not helpful, constructive, positive, friendly, then what can you do to help make it so? Because that is indeed something that we should all be able to count on within the four walls of our club. Continuing onwards, we have treating people with respect and courtesy, which I'd like to think would be a no-brainer, but we do reiterate it in the promise. And the other one that I think is significant is the comment about bringing guests. Where this can be helpful and relevant to you as a Toastmasters member is if you had, maybe you don't have anybody that would benefit from Toastmasters that you know, that's fine. However, if there would be somebody that you know that you think would benefit from the experience and you would not bring them to your club, it is worth reflecting on why that is. Whether there's something in the club intrinsically that's not working right, or whether your own politeness, perhaps. I'm Canadian, so politeness is one of our faults. But you know, why is it that you wouldn't? Why is it? What's going on there? If we're in a healthy club and we're a healthy Toastmasters member, that should be something we're comfortable with. If not, maybe worth reflecting on. Continuing onwards, we have adhering to the guidelines and rules. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. And acting within Toastmasters' core values of integrity, respect, service, and excellence. All, I think, relatively easygoing. Guidelines and rules, of course, that makes sense. The interesting thing with the core values is you get people that will riff off those, that prefer like RISE, for example, because it's an easier acronym than EARS, whatever EARS means. The Toastmasters is deliberate. Integrity is the core attribute first, respect second, service third, excellence fourth. Your excellence as a speaker is nothing if you don't behave with respect, with integrity, and indeed if you're not doing it in service for others. So ladies and gentlemen, that is a Toastmasters promise. Thank you so much for listening.